Hey guys, it's me again, Fia from Fia's Handmade Soaps, back with another hot process video. I hope to goodness that you guys are not getting tired of them because I'm not. That's all I got to say. The ones who watch my videos know that I'm not too crazy about cold process. So, I have my oils here. If you want to know what's in my pot, it is sweet almond oil, castor oil, coconut oil, olive oil, and shea butter. Okay, and that is, I'll give you percentages if you want. That is 15% sweet almond oil, 15% castor oil, 20% olive oil. I'm sorry, no. Scratch that. 20% coconut oil with 25% olive oil and 25% shea butter. And this is my lye water and it is lye sodium hydroxide mixed with aloe vera juice, freshly stirred and everything because it's hot. And I'm going to pour that in here and get this started. It's a little strain action. Okay. Don't worry about the bubbles. This is hot process. That don't matter. And I'm going to see if I can do this stick blender again today and see how that works out. The last time I did it on the last video for my pretty lady soap, I got a little scared of what was happening because it was the first time I was using my stick blender for my hot process, so we'll see. I'm sort of using 3 different colors today, which is orange, pink, and green. Now the pink and orange is from Nurture Soaps, Pink Lemonade Mica powder, and Orange Vibrance or something, Mica. And the green, I don't know where the green is from. I bought that in the stash group, and she was selling a bunch of colors and fragrances and stuff, and so I just got pink, green, and yellow. But it says something about rainbow on top. I wasn't going to really put any titanium dioxide in here, but it is looking a little tan. I would like it to look a little bit more whiter, so I might actually put some aside. Not put some aside, but scoop some out. Put a little titanium dioxide in there and see how that works out. Yeah, I think I want to do that before it goes any further. Now let me get, where's one of those things at? Alright, so this is what I want to use. I'm going to ladle some of this out. And I'm going to scoop some titanium dioxide in here because I want it to be a little bit whiter. I just feel like it's not white enough. I mean, I want the colors, they're going to be nice, hopefully bright colors. So, I don't know. We'll see. Alright. Make sure I get all this extra soap off of this spoon. Put it back in the pot. looks good. Okay, so give me a second and for me to get some titanium dioxide real quick. Okay, so let me see here. Good. Now, let's pour it back in there. Okay. It actually turned out pretty well. I mean, I can see some white streaks, not streaks, like some speckles from the titanium dioxide, but it's okay. That's alright, because I didn't mix it the way I wanted to. The only way, I used to always have a problem with the titanium dioxide being speckled in the soap until someone said that they warm up their liquid but also use a stick blender to mix it all in, and that has worked tremendously for me. Since I started doing it that way, I didn't have a problem with the speckles in the soap anymore. But I didn't get a chance to, I didn't want to do it at the end. I could have, I guess, but I'd rather do it right now. I did it at the end before, at the end of Cook, where I added the titanium dioxide to one of my soaps. And it was fine. It came out white. But, of course, the fragrance turned it a little, not brown, but not as white, like an off-white color. But that was fine. I just wanted to put it in at the beginning right now. Big difference. Look at this. Yeah, look at that color. Big difference. Definitely a thick trace. Let me scrape down these sides. Yeah. So, I don't really, you barely see the titanium dioxide speckles. But that's cool. I just thought to do that on a whim. That was crazy. I never actually did that before. Scooping some of the soap out, putting it in a different container and adding titanium dioxide to it and pouring it back into the container. Interesting. Gotta make sure I remember that. So this is where I stop. It's a really thick trace, and it's not going to take long before it starts to get to the applesauce stage. I usually just whisk everything, but for the sake of the videos being a little bit faster, I'm just going to use the stick blender to speed things up some. Trying to get every piece of soap, well, as much as I can, out of the blender. Okay. And then I'll wash this off, because if you let the soap sit on your stick blender, it'll start to saponify and get all hard and crusty, and you still have to clean the blade, so it's best to just do it while the soap is wet on your stick blender. So when you're done using it, either sit it in some water or just go wash it right away. I'm trying to get all the soap I can off of here. Okay, which is what I'm about to do. I'm going to go wash this real quick. Okay, I'm back. What did I do before I put this joint on pause for like 10 minutes? Yeah, I had just stirred it a few to, and to wait to turn the camera back on to, for it to do something. And, yeah, here we go. Applesauce stage. Yeah, I just stirred it a little bit and I let it sit. I didn't want to, turn the camera on and you see me just stirring and stirring and stirring. I did let it sit for like 5 minutes. And when I hear like a sizzle, it'll sound, you'll hear like a slight sizzle. I'm like, what is that? And I know it's the pot doing something, and it's time to stir. Trying to steady the pot, and I keep touching the edge, but the edge is hot, so I'm just going to use this sponge here. Applesauce stage. This little pink spatula that I got from Walmart, I don't think I like it. It's definitely some type of steel in here. Something, because the spatula is heavy. It's fine when you're not stirring something thick. Because usually when I stir and everything, my arm doesn't really get tired. I guess because I'm so used to stirring. But with this new spoon, sheesh. It's pretty heavy. This thing I got from the dollar store, I can tell is really, really light, and it probably just has aluminum or something in the inside of the silicone. And so it's a really lightweight. This thing is legit. Definitely. Applesauce. So I might actually get out my whisk, because I didn't have it out this time. But I might get out my whisk to stir this back together, because yeah, this spoon is definitely heavy. I'm gonna have to get another spoon. I thought I was doing something by buying this one. It was like, what, $2.44? I don't think I like it. Okay, where's my whisk? Sorry about shaking the camera, guys. Yes, it's getting thick. I wonder if I use a plastic spatula, will it melt? I hope not, because I'm getting in my what's in on spatulas I want to use right now. Yeah, this is good, but it's just too thick for this at this point. too thick. It's almost done. It's going from applesauce to mashed potato. Almost done. Yeah. This spoon is definitely legit, and I don't like it. Sheesh. Definitely make my arm hurt. There's flinging soap all over the place. It's me, Thea the soap flinger. So, the fragrance I'm using today is Cucumber Melon, the Bath and Body Works dupe. You know, the lotion and body spray that we used to always buy from Bath and Body Works, Cucumber Melon. Yeah, I have a soap fragrance that smells just like it. And boy, does it smell just like it. I actually haven't seen that fragrance in Bath and Body Works, that lotion or any product with that scent, in a long time. I wonder if they discontinued it. It ain't like I've been looking for it, but every time I've went in there recently, or it could just be bumped out for the holiday stuff. But yeah, I haven't even seen it. But you know what? Then again, I haven't been looking for it either. So maybe it was in there and I just didn't pay it no mind. Because I think I liked the scent when I was younger, but it smells just like it. It smells good. Yep, that's me. Feed the soap flinger. I got soap all over the place. Can't help it. Okay. This is my handy soap sponge that I keep only for soap. It's about time for me to change it out for a new one. It starts to get wear and tear from a lot of use. So eventually you gotta change it out. The sponge starts to break down. You know, like if you use a sponge to wash dishes with, pretty much. You know, the fibers or spongy pieces start to break apart as you start washing your dishes with it. Yeah, that's how you know it's time for a new one. Okay, so we are at mashed potatoes and it looks done at this point. After applesauce is mashed potatoes. Once you hit that stage, you probably got maybe 5, maybe not even 10 minutes, and your soap will be done. Once your soap is done, you turn it off, so you don't want to overcook it and dry it out. So, this soap looks done, and I'm going to do a zap test. You know what? I'm gonna put the soap on the cardboard because this bad boy is hot. Let me check the temperature. It's only at 195. I thought it was like 2 something. So I just take a little nugget like this and I'll do a zap test. Touch it to you. Once it cooled down, of course. It feels cool to the touch. It cooled off pretty quickly. You just tap your tongue to it. Just tap your tongue to it. If you get a zap, like you would touch your tongue to a battery, but not as strong, of course. You know, you get a little zap, you know, keep cooking it, it's not done. But if it tastes like nasty soap, it's done. Yeah, it's done. And then, of course, I just throw the piece that you touch to your tongue in the trash. Okay, so we turn the heat off because our soap is done. And then we start to put in our additives. I have my shea butter for my super fat, which I always super fat about 5%. In total, the total batch of super fat is 8%, but I always save 5% for the end, and 3% goes right in automatically. Put that in the middle, and we want to definitely let that melt. Okay. Now, as you can see, the batch is not super white, but it's definitely whiter than it probably would have been. And that's okay. I didn't want it to be, you know, super white. I have my coconut milk here, about, let me see, what does it say, coconut, 5.15 ounces of coconut milk for the end. Total batch liquid is 38%, but right off the bat, I start off with 30%, and I add the 8% at the end in liquid. I should have chopped this shea butter log up, but I didn't. Sides. Okay. Let's see. Definitely like not all melted yet. Come on now, shea butter. Don't make me pop you out and put you in the microwave. That's usually what I do. I don't know why I did it this way today. Nothing a little slow. Nothing a little slow. Come on. Yeah, definitely should have cut this in half or something. It's getting there though. Shea butter, come on. Okay. Yeah, there we go. It's starting to melt good. Okay. Trying to keep my sides scrape down so I don't get any hard pieces in my soap. keep it scraped down as best I can to, yeah. And if I see any hard pieces on the side, just take it off so it don't fall in the pot. That's usually what I do. The shea butter's getting on my nerves. Okay, shea butter's all melted. I'm going to add my sodium lactate, and sodium lactate is 1 teaspoon per pound of oils, and this is 4 pounds of oils, so I do 4 teaspoons. Sodium lactate is liquid salt, and that helps for your soap to unmold better. And it helps with the fluidity of your hot process batter. Okay, let's give that a stir. Okay, I got my coconut milk, my 8% coconut milk with 5.15 ounces. Wow, coconut milk smells so good. It also tastes good in your coffee. I figured that out. I had made a coffee and I was running low on cream, and I had some coconut milk in the fridge because I like to put it in the fridge to grab when I'm making my soap. And I poured a little bit in there and I was like, ooh, child. It was good. I only poured a little bit in there because I'm not that crazy of coconut. You know, I don't like a whole bunch of, coconut flavored things. So I do like coconut cookies, but I don't like to drink coconut milk. Ugh. No, too much coconut is too much. So I only poured a little bit in there, but it was just enough to give it a little hint of a coconut flavor, just a little bit, and it was perfect. I don't want to, if I bought coconut cream, I think it would be too much. They might, put too much coconut in there. That's a hard piece. We don't want hard pieces in the soap. The spatula, I didn't scrape the spatula. It got a bunch of dried soap on there, so I'm trying to be careful and trying to get the milk off the edge here. But yeah, it was pretty good. Only using a touch of coconut milk in my coffee. I liked it. Good. Yeah. That looks real good, nice and fluid. I mean, not as fluid as Valerie Marsher, but fluid enough for me. Sorry, had to try to scrape some of this hard soap off of the spatula. Okay, so what else we got to put in? Our fragrance, cucumber melon. Okay. Here it is. Cucumber Melon, Bath and Body Works type by New York Scent. Wow, that really does smell like the lotion. That's so crazy. Starting a little bit at a time. Oh my goodness. The smell definitely brings back my youth. Oh my goodness. Wow. That smells great. Wow. Stirring a little bit at a time so it don't slosh all the way around or out of the bowl, hopefully, because you know how I do. Have soap and stuff flinging everywhere. Excuse me. For a minute there, I thought I forgot to press the play button. I think I got a little bit of fragrance up here. Yeah. Move this from here anyway. Smells good. Time. And I'm going to be putting the colors in soon after I finally get this fragrance mixed in. And just like I thought, I did slosh some out. That's why I shouldn't have poured so much in at the end there. But get some of that fragrance that sloshed off the side there, back in there. I'll probably just wipe it up with the sponge. So, let's get to my colors. Let me see, make sure. So it look like it's all mixed in. Scrape the bottom with the spoon. Make sure I don't see no liquid in there. Okay, looks good. Okay, I don't see no liquid. Making sure. You do not want fragrance leaking out of your soap if you don't get it mixed in good. Alright, so let me grab my colors. Take these off. Okay, got my colors. And the orange. So let's see how this turns out. Let me see. Okay, let's do this part here. Looks good. Yep. Alright, so we're gonna put this back in that part and go on to the next color. Okay. Yeah. So my handy sponge will come along. Okay. Next color. Let's do this side. There's a little orange getting mixed in there, but that's okay. I'm cool with that. As long as all of it just don't get mixed in there. Okay. Alright, finish mixing this part in. Good. Yep. Okay. That looks real good. I just mixed the I took a tablespoon of oil and mixed it with the colors, and like a teaspoon of the colors. And it's not, I didn't use extra oil. I just used the oil from the initial batch. I just, you know, scooped it out with a tablespoon spoon. Okay. This is the prettiest pink I swear I've ever seen. When you're using it, or when you mix it with the oil, it looks like it's like a magenta, even though it's, the name of it is Pink Lemonade. It looks like a magenta, like a dark pink, like a dark hot pink with a little purple, and it looks so pretty. But when it cures, I'm sorry, after you unmold the soap, the pink lightens up a lot, and it does look like a pink lemonade pink after, you know, after it sits. But I wouldn't even mind this dark pinkish, this dark magenta looking color. It's so pretty. Got a little green mixed in there. That's okay. As you can see, I've been mixing all the colors. husband does not like the cucumber melon fragrance at all. He's sitting in the living room with a gas mask on. I'm like, really? You don't like it? It smells nice. I like it. Okay. Sorry for shaking the camera, guys. Alright. Let's see. Making sure you don't see no unmixed oils or anything. Okay. That looks really good. It smells good. Sheesh. It smells so good. So much like Bath and Body Works cucumber melon. Maybe want to go pick up a bottle of that lotion if they were still selling it. Alright, where's my... See, the soap is probably about, it's about 140. So let's get this mold started. Got my big boy mold from Nurture Soap, a 5-pound boy. Okay, so I'm going to scoop all 3. Just put in there. Yo, this looks like, what was the name? You know those big buckets back in the day of Sherbert? Everybody's parents used to buy for the summer. That's exactly what this looks like, Sherbert. It looks just like Sherbert. Oh my goodness. This is beautiful. Absolutely love it. And you notice I kept them all 3 almost separate. I didn't mix it all up because I didn't want it muddied. So as I scoop, I get some of every color on my spatula, so it can be in an unpredictable pattern when I cut it. It's not in no particular pattern that I'm placing the soap. And that's how I do my hot process swirls. This is my hot process swirls. No hanger tool. This is how I get them. This is super pretty. Oh my goodness. I have outdone myself on this one. Super pretty. About to have to smash this down so I can put some more on top. Okay. Try and get this out, just last a little bit out before I smash it down. Definitely want to get the sides. Now I can scrape the sides that might be a little bit hard because that's going to be on the top, and the top is always hard anyway. The top always looks a little, you know, rustic. A little rustic. So I'm about to tap this down in a second. I'm trying to put this in real quick. Yeah, get in there. There we go. Try to get the last little bit out of here. Oh my goodness, this looks so much like Sherbert. might spray it with some glitter on top. You know what? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Alright, let me tap this down real quick. Okay, I tapped it down. Let's see. Ooh, sorry guys. Just moving the soap away from the edge and just like kind of, I mean, you can't really do a design too much with hot process on top. Not really. Some people can with, you know, you spray some, you put some boiling hot water in a spray bottle, spray the top to keep it soft. You'll probably be able to do something. But I'm fine the way, just doing it like this. I need to go do all that extra. Maybe one day I will. No need to though. Okay, so glitter on top. Let's see. We have a second. Texting. I have Heart's Desire mineral glitter, and then I have Silver fire glitter. So I'm thinking both. Yeah, can you guys see? Okay, I'm thinking both. So I'm gonna do a little pink. I'm not gonna do too much. Even though this little spray bottle I got from Nurture Soap, it doesn't let you spray too much glitter out at one time. If you want a lot of glitter coming out at one time, you might as well just do a sifter, a little sifter. I was doing that before I got this. Yeah, you only really do a little bit at one time. Okay. I can still see the glitter flying in the air. Oh yeah. This is a beauty. I don't know what I was going to call it, but the original design wasn't going to have orange in it, but for some reason when I looked at the picture of cucumber melon, the colors of the melon and everything was orange, green. I don't think it wasn't a pink in there actually, but I just, for some reason, the original design was just pink and green, and something told me to just add orange, and I'm so glad I did, because this joint is popping. Okay, I think that might be enough glitter. Wow. Okay. Scrape some of this soap off the edge. Clean up. I like to try to be clean when I can, when I'm not flinging soap all over the place. Get that soap off the edge. Alright. Here we go. Wow, this smells good. Okay, guys. Can you guys see the shimmer of the glitter? This turned out perfect. So, thank you guys for coming back to watch another one of my episodes of soap making. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more videos from me, and don't forget to check out my page on Facebook, Fia's Handmade Soaps. And I will see you all next time for the cutting video.